Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Adams. Thanks for tuning in.
So today's episode is for anyone who's feeling a little lost, a little out of control.
Yeah, like life is happening to you instead of with you.
Exactly. We're going to talk about why that happens and, more importantly, how to start taking back control, starting today.
And as always, we got 5 simple steps you can try, plus a vocabulary section at the end if you're learning English.
Let's dive in.
Okay, Emma, let me ask you, have you ever had one of those weeks where you just exist?
Oh, totally. I wake up, check my phone, answer emails, scroll Instagram, answer people's messages, but I don't choose anything. I just react.
That's exactly it. You feel like you're on autopilot.
Yes, you go through the motions, but deep down you're disconnected. It's like you're not living, you're just functioning.
And that can come from so many things. Too many responsibilities, pressure from other people, or just never stopping to ask what you actually want.
Right. You become someone who responds to everything instead of someone who chooses their direction. That's when you feel like you've lost control.
I used to think taking control of your life meant having everything figured out. You know, waking up at 5 a.m., having a perfect routine, crushing every goal, never feeling lost.
Yeah, that sounds like a productivity robot. Ryer, and honestly, that idea can be more harmful than helpful.
Totally. Because then, when you don't have everything together, you feel like you failed, and that makes you feel even more out of control.
Exactly. But here's the truth. Taking control doesn't mean controlling everything. It means being intentional with what you can control. Like, you can't control the weather or what people say about you or if your boss sends you a last-minute task, but you can control your reaction, your priorities, and your focus.
I love that. It's like being the captain of a boat. You can't stop the waves, but you can steer. You can choose your direction, even when the sea is rough.
That's such a good image. And it reminds me of something I read. That personal power doesn't come from controlling the world, but from knowing you can choose your next step, no matter the situation.
Wow, yes. I think most people feel powerless because they give away their control without realizing it. Like, they let their phone decide how their day starts, or they say yes to everything because they don't want to disappoint others. But those little things, they add up.
Yes. Every time you choose what you want instead of reacting automatically, you take a bit of your power back. Can be something as small as choosing to go for a walk instead of scrolling on your phone, or eating something healthy because you know it will make you feel better later.
And I think a big part of taking control is also about responsibility. Not in a heavy way, but in an empowering way. Like saying, okay, I don't like where I am right now, but I have the power to change something today.
Right. It's not about blaming yourself, it's about believing you have the ability to respond. That's why the word responsibility literally means the ability to respond.
That's so powerful. So taking control isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about choosing, owning, and responding, step by step.
Absolutely. And once you understand that, you stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for the right moment and you just start.
Even with one small thing. Because the truth is, control isn't something you find. It's something you build, one decision at a time.
All right, now that we know what it really means to take control, let's talk about how to do it. Not next week. Not when your life is less busy. But today, with 5 simple but powerful actions.
Most people wake up and the first thing they do is check their phone.
But here's the thing. When you start your day by reacting to other people's messages, notifications, or news, you're immediately giving your attention and energy away.
It's like handing someone else the remote control to your brain.
Exactly. Instead, take just 5 minutes in the morning to ask yourself, what do I need today? How do I want to feel today? What's one thing I want to choose for myself?
You don't need a full routine, just intentionality. That tiny pause creates space for clarity and control.
Saying no is one of the most powerful ways to take back your time and your energy.
And yet we say yes so often just to avoid guilt.
But every yes to something you don't want is a no to something you do want.
So today, say no to one small thing that drains you. Maybe it's staying up late to watch a show you don't even enjoy. Maybe it's accepting a task you're not responsible for.
You can even say no to your own bad habit. Like, no, I won't scroll for 30 minutes before bed tonight.
That's not selfish, it's self-respect.
Physical clutter creates mental clutter.
100%. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to focus in a messy room?
It's like your brain doesn't know where to land. But the good news is, you don't need to clean your whole house. Just start with one drawer, one corner, or even your desktop.
And if your physical space is fine, try decluttering your mind.
That can mean journaling, writing a brain dump, or even sitting in silence for 2 minutes. Just giving yourself space to breathe.
Clearing space, inside or out, helps you feel more centered and in control.
Let's be real, we all have that one thing we're avoiding.
Oh yes, that message you haven't replied to, that appointment you've been putting off, that choice you know you need to make.
Avoiding it doesn't make it go away, it just makes you feel more anxious.
Making that decision, even if it's uncomfortable, gives you back mental energy.
And it builds trust in yourself. Like, yes, I can face things. I'm not hiding.
This one changed everything for me.
Simple, choose just 3 things you want to finish today. Not 10. Not 20. Just 3.
They should be intentional. Not just tasks, but things that actually move you forward, even a little. Like, take a 10-minute walk, or email that person I've been avoiding, or cook one healthy meal. When you finish those 3 things, you win the day. You feel accomplished instead of overwhelmed.
And you've taken control, not of the whole world, but of your world. And that's what matters. Alright, before we wrap up today's episode, let's take a minute to go over some useful vocabulary. These expressions came up during our conversation, and they're super helpful if you want to talk about taking control, motivation, and mindset in English.
1. To feel in control. Meaning, to feel like you have power over your actions, emotions, and decisions. Example, when I plan my day in the morning, I feel more in control of my life.
2. To be on autopilot. Meaning, to do things without thinking, as if you're just following a routine without awareness. Example, I was living on autopilot, waking up, working, scrolling, and repeating without asking myself what I really wanted.
3. To take charge. Meaning, to take responsibility and leadership over a situation or your life. Example, she finally took charge of her health and started making small changes to her routine.
4. To regain focus. Meaning, to return to a state of concentration after feeling distracted or scattered. Example, after a short walk, I was able to regain focus and finish my tasks more easily.
5. To reclaim your power. Meaning, to take back your personal strength, confidence, or control, especially after losing it. Example, saying no to things I don't want to do helped me reclaim my power.